Welcome into the Better and Green podcast, where you listen in and we help you cash out. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Better Green. That's Better, Bettor Green. Listen to our podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcast from at Better and Green. And follow us on YouTube so you can watch our show in video form. Starting off, Zach, we're going to go to you. Give us a little update on how the festival went.
Yeah, man, honestly, it was a little disappointing. So obviously my over-under was, I think, 6.5 testicles eaten. Well, it was a void. It was a no bet, nothing. They ran out when I got there. I don't know how that's possible when the event is literally turkey testicles and you run out. I don't know. I'm upset. I will be getting there earlier to make sure I eat them next time. So Ethan, you didn't lose, so that was good. So, no bet, no over under. I was a little disappointed. I had drinks in me going in, ready to eat them, but it is what it is.
Hey, the event happened. As far as I'm concerned, that's the under.
But no, I totally disagree. It was definitely a void for sure.
I'm fishing for anything I can get right now.
I bet you are.
Speaking of what Ethan's fishing for is our Big Three recap. So Zach was undefeated. He went 3-0. I went 2-1, and Ethan went 0-3. So he's looking for any win that he can get. Ethan, well, tell me, man, where are we going?
Yeah, just a horrible weekend in the NFL, all the way around, bets wise, show wise, futures wise, fantasy wise. It couldn't have been worse, honestly, all the way across the board. Yeah, I mean, it sucks when you have two plays in one game and there's a late penalty that kind of
that was bad.
It wasn't, I won't blame the losses on that one play, but it did take away almost 2 minutes of a chance that Tennessee would have had to march down the field, hit the over, and force overtime. Or maybe we saw multiple teams go for two and go for the win.
True.
Tennessee could have had that in their plans as well. So, yeah, it just sucks to lose two on a call like that, and such a rare call on a unnecessary roughness running into the center on a
you really just don't touch them and there's no penalty. I mean,
it was pure frustration. It looked like, which I wanted to do the same thing after he did it too. And then LA. I mean, it's a loss. I gave it out plus 14. It did close at plus 16.5. Of course, the line lands 16. Vegas knows what they're doing. Loss on the show, but if you waited, hopefully you did. Hopefully you cashed out there. But 0-3 can only go up from here.
It's true.
Yes, sir. Our squad ride pick is still undefeated at the moment. We're 2-0. Rolling with the Vikings last week.
Yep, W. Good shit, guys.
That was big.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Yeah, you kind of like the last one. You felt good with that one the whole way through.
Yeah, no, I mean, Mac Jones looked pretty good that game, I'm not going to lie, but Kirk Cousins, he played really well in primetime. I was shocked. He almost played a perfect game besides that pick. And Justin Jefferson's just a monster. So that was awesome. That was a nice Thanksgiving treat right there.
Yeah, it was. You guys ready to talk some football?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, Bills travel to New England and face the Patriots. Patriots are 3.5-point underdogs with the over-under set at 43.5. Zach, I'm going to start with you on this one.
Yeah, so, big game here, AFC East division game. I usually lean the dogs at home, especially if they're getting points, and I like that here as well with the Patriots. Line movement from 5.5 to 3.5, which is very telling and very good. For anyone that's kind of new to betting especially, always look at the lines on Monday going into it. Write them down, kind of look and see what the lines are, and then when you bet them later in the week, see how much they've moved. It's telling, and, the bet percentage and stuff like that. So the line's already moved pretty heavily into New England's favor. I like that. And then some stats to back it up. The Bills have just been playing close games. They should have lost to the Lions, to be honest. And then we talked about Mac Jones playing really well. I like the Patriots always in Foxborough. It's always a safe bet. So give me the plus 3.5 here with the Patriots, and I would lean over as well, but not playing it.
Yeah, I don't know quite what to make out of this game. I typically don't enjoy betting the Buffalo-New England games each year. They can always be tight, especially at New England, Bill Belichick at home, divisional home dog, things like that. But I do slightly lean Buffalo in this game, simply because I think there's a sense of urgency with them. They are 0-2 in the division. And that division is pretty tight with Miami at the top, Buffalo tied in record wise, but not they don't have the tiebreaker with Miami right now. And then the Jets are right there as well. Patriots also not far back. So I think there's a sense of urgency for them to pick up a divisional win on Thursday night. Like I said, though, I don't know if I can get involved. Belichick, divisional road or divisional home underdog. I do kind of like the over in this game. The over in the last 5 between these two teams is 4-1, with the only loss being in that bad weather game last year, where there's like 30-mile-per-hour winds. So I would lean over, lean Buffalo, but I don't know if I'll have official play in this game.
I like the over in this one as well. And I'm going to go with the Patriots. One of the big factors is that the Bills are not playing at home in their dome in Detroit anymore. So New England.
They have to own that stadium now. Sorry.
They do.
Sorry.
Yeah, true.
Did you see that stat, like the first back-to-back wins in that stadium by a team? And like, what was it? They said about 2008 or something.
Come on.
Detroit only has 2 wins there this year too. So
let's move on to the Jets. So the Jets head to Minnesota to face the Vikings. They are 3-point favorites with the over-under set at 44.5. Zach, I know we were on the Vikings last week. Are you on them this week too?
Yeah, I do. I like the Vikings -3 here. I think my favorite bet is the under, though. Jets defense playing elite all season. Sauce Gardner versus Justin Jefferson's a must-watch matchup. That's 2 of the best right there. I don't see Mike White scoring 31 points again at all, especially at home. I mean, on the road in a tough environment in Minnesota. Michael Carter got hurt last week as well, so that's another running back down. I see this being like a 24-20 Vikings win, so I like the under. It's probably my favorite play.
Yeah, I agree there. I like Minnesota as a side minus the points. I also like the under in this game. New York has a date with Buffalo in Buffalo on deck. Like I just mentioned, that's going to be a huge divisional game for that tight division right there. Minnesota has Detroit on deck, but they're not going to be looking ahead to that game. Minnesota also has the rest advantage, having played on Thanksgiving. So they do have a couple extra days to prepare. And yeah, against Mike White, I mean, I like Minnesota quite a bit.
Again.
Yeah. I mean, it's the New York Jets defense is definitely the bulk of what makes that team decent. Minnesota's offense is better, so it's kind of going to be those two going up against each other. But I don't see the Jets putting up anywhere close to 31 again this week. So I would lean the under in this game as well. Actually, I like the under quite a bit, and I like Minnesota -3 quite a bit.
I lean the under as well, Ethan. I'm going to go with the Vikings in this one. This is a big game for them. They want to stay in that second seed. Jets, they're also in the playoff hunt, but I think the Vikings, they've got a lot to lose right now.
Yeah, they do.
A lot going on with the Jets right now.
Yeah. The Commanders head to New York to face the Giants. Giants are 2.5-point underdogs at home. Over-under set at 40.5. Ethan, I know Zach's our Commander guy. Are you going to go with the Commanders?
I should start going with the Commanders because Heineke 6-0 against the spread. Zach just keeps cashing tickets on the Commanders.
Yes, sir.
I mentioned in the past I got burned by the Commanders early in Carson Wentz era. So I don't think I'm still salty about it, but it did leave a bad taste in my mouth there for a while. But no, I like New York in this spot at home. Kind of a weird scheduling spot. So Washington is at New York this week. They then have their bye week, and then they're home against the Giants again. So their next 2 matchups are against the Giants. But I like New York in this game. I would look to play the Commanders in the next game since they will have 3 weeks to focus on nothing but the New York Giants. Just weird scheduling spot there.
Mm-hmm.
New York's also in an interesting one as well. They just lost to Dallas on Thanksgiving. Now they're playing Washington, then they play Philly, then Washington again. So 4 straight divisional games there. Just kind of something interesting to keep up with. But yeah, I think at some point Heineke's 6-0 record, I mean, it has to be tarnished at some point. He's not going to go undefeated against the spread his entire career.
You're on a big limb there.
Yeah. Catching a falling knife there because who knows when it's going to end. But I do lean the Giants at home. plus the 2.5. The way I like this even more, though, is adding 6 points and a 2-team 6-point teaser, getting it up over a touchdown. I don't see this being more than a touchdown game either way. So I would look for find a partner there with New York at a plus 8.5. And I also lean the under 40.5 in this game. I just don't see these offenses moving the ball too well and putting up a lot of points.
I mean, yeah, you're crazy if you think I'm going with the Giants here. I love the Commanders again. I'm gonna keep telling Heineke until he just doesn't. I don't know, until he stops playing. I don't know. I might have to buy a jersey at this point if he just keeps cashing me tickets. I just think the Giants' true colors are showing here, and they're, shout out to Dable for getting these guys to 7 wins, but their talent is not there, especially on offense and skill positions besides Saquon. Well, I mean, when you take Saquon away, this team just doesn't do anything well on offense. Washington's top 10 in rush defense the last 2 weeks. Take Saquon out of the game, you win. Especially, I mean, the fact they're a road dog with the lines they've been getting in a division game is telling to me as well. So I love the Commanders here.
Zach, I think you should bet on a player prop for Heineke so he can pay off that jersey for you.
I should do that. He's great. Fantastic.
MVP.
He loves winning me money. It's amazing. He has no idea who I am, but I love him.
That's the best type of guy.
That was Dawson Knox for me last year.
Really?
I was on him twice to score the first touchdown. Did it both times.
He was a touchdown machine last year.
He was.
Yeah, and he always had good odds too.
Yeah.
Zach, I'm with you, man. We're rolling with the Commanders
all day. Left hand up. I love that video that they post all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the hype video they posted of like these fans doing this like left hand up where the Commanders video. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's kind of like a joke now, but it's hilarious. So whenever like they do well, it's LHU left hand up. It's so funny. And I
haven't seen that.
Left hand up, Commanders. Let's go.
The Browns travel to Houston. Texans are 7-point underdogs with the over-under set at 47 points. This is Deshaun Watson's big return, going back to Houston. Not saying anything about Deshaun Watson as a person, but as a quarterback, I think him and this Cleveland defense, they're going to beat up on the worst team in the league in the Texans. They're going to win maybe by more than 2 touchdowns. I think over-under set at 47. That's a high number, but I don't know. You know what? I'm going to listen to what you guys say. Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, so I wrote this game down, wrote down the spread, the total, and really just stared at it for like 20 minutes. I was like, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
We're talking about a quarterback who's coming back after 700 days away, which it's just a lot of days. I mean, think back 700 days ago, what you and I were doing.
God only knows what I was doing.
Yeah, I mean, just long time. So it's a tough handicap. I mean, he could come back looking like he hasn't missed a snap. He could come back looking like he's brand new to the league again. Just really don't know. And then going against his former team in Houston is kind of just an added aspect to that game. You're probably getting a discounted price on Cleveland just based on the question marks around Deshaun Watson. If he does come out and he plays competent, then they should be more than a touchdown favorite. But I don't think I can put my money on it. I would lean Houston plus the points. I think they're going to want to come out and kind of ruin his debut. But I won't be getting involved in the side. I do like the total of under 47. I think they're going to ease Watson into the game. They're going to just do short passes, some dump downs, just really pound the rock with Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I think the clock runs a lot during this game. Houston doesn't put up points anyway. So 47 to me is quite a few points in the game that I don't see hardly 40 points being scored probably.
Yeah, this game is tough. I mean, Texans only being +7, they're so bad. They're like a borderline college team. I mean, they're just not good. Dolphins last week, they just looked like they shouldn't be on an NFL field. So the fact they're only getting a touchdown here is, I mean, I guess it's because of the Deshaun. You don't really know what you're getting. I'm guessing if this was Deshaun like in his third game, and they'd probably be double-digit favorite. It is tough to handicap this game. Texans just maybe they've been losing to prep for this game for 8 weeks because this is the game they'd want to win all season, which is probably this one. I would probably lean the Browns here. I mean, they're going to feed Chubb this entire game. Texans can't stop the run, so take every Chubb prop in the book. I would lean Browns and the under here, but I probably won't be taking anything.
Okay, you guys talked me into the under.
Yeah, I mean, it's Texans can't score more than 16 points.
No.
So, yeah.
It took the Dolphins one half of football to beat them. By double
literally.
digits. Yeah.
Honestly, like 3 drives and it was game over.
Yeah.
So
it was. And they still almost didn't cover the spread.
No. It's so bad.
The Tennessee Titans are traveling to Philadelphia to face the Eagles. Eagles are 5.5-point favorites. Over under set at 44.5. Zach, I'm gonna let you take this one.
Yeah, I would lean the Titans plus 5.5 here. I just love Mike Vrabel as a dog. I think their team's always, especially off a loss. I think they come out fired up. Henry got bottled up last week, so I think he definitely doesn't do that again. Eagles' rush defense has been pretty bad recently. My favorite spot though is probably the over in this game. Eagles defense recently, we all saw it on Sunday Night Football. They couldn't stop the Packers. I mean, Jordan Love came in and looked like prime Rodgers. It was I don't know what they're really doing. Titans can't really stop the pass at all, so I look for AJ Brown to have a big game and Devontae Smith, and they're gonna run the ball on anybody, even if the Titans D is pretty good at stopping the run. So my favorite bet's probably over 44.5 here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the well with the Titans this week. Call me crazy, but I do like Titans plus 5.5 quite a bit in this game. If I hadn't gotten my ass kicked the last 2 weeks like I have, I'd probably just give you the straight money line. I do think they have a good shot of winning this game outright. But
I do too.
Yeah, I'll stick with the 5.5 points here. Philly's strength is running the ball. They're third best run offense in the league, but they're going to go up against Tennessee's third best rush defense in the league. So I think that completely neutralizes Hurts and Sanders and Gainwell and whoever the hell they bring out of that backfield. I swear they run like 5 guys.
They do
down in Philly there. But yeah, I think that's going to force Philly to throw the ball just a little more than they're used to. I actually, even though they will be passing the ball, I do kind of like the under in this game. Not that I think Jalen Hurts is a bad passer, but I just think they do rely on that run game to open up the pass. And if they aren't able to run the ball, I just think they're going to get a little bit uncomfortable. And I do think the Titans hang on to the ball, run Derrick Henry all over, take long 6, 7, 8-minute scoring drives. And I think ultimately the clock runs out before this game gets to 45 points. So I like Tennessee quite a bit. Would lean the under, but probably won't play the total in this game.
Before I say my picks, I want to ask you guys, you think over under 40 rushes?
Total in game? Both teams?
Yeah, for both teams combined.
Over for sure.
Over.
Yeah.
30 of them by Henry alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a quick game. This is going to be like one of those noon games that you look up. All the other games have like 5 minutes left in the third, and they're in like the 2-minute warning.
That is true.
I love those.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, I guess I missed this entire game.
You get the bonus coverage. You basically get to watch 2 games instead of 1.
Yeah.
Love them.
So I'm going to go with the under just because I think that this clock's going to be moving, man. And I'm going to go with the Titans as well. They've been playing real tough lately.
Yeah.
The Broncos country heads out to the Ravens in Baltimore. Ravens are 8.5-point favorite with the over-under set at 38. It's the lowest point total on this slate this week. Zach, I'll go to you first, man. 8.5 points. The Ravens haven't been playing great.
No, and it's telling why they're 8.5, to be honest. This total's so low and they're this high of a favorite just tells you that they're probably going to win by double digits, to be honest. They had a bad, sad loss against the Jags. They'd really choked that game, to be honest. I have Lamar in fantasy. I'd like his receivers to catch the ball and do their job and not name 36-year-old Deshaun Jackson. I mean, he's the only guy that can actually catch the ball out there. I think they come out pissed off, and their defense is playing well. I mean, the Broncos players, I just tell this can't stand Russ anymore already. I lean under. Obviously, you're taking a Broncos over. You're out of your mind. So give me the Ravens in the under here.
Yeah, I don't have much to add on that game. I think, like you said, Baltimore's pissed off after that win. To me, that wasn't a touchdown by Marvin Jones. We saw a couple of them this weekend with CeeDee Lamb, Hunter Henry. I got burned on absolutely every single one of those. So I just don't know anymore what's a touchdown, what's not. And it all goes back to my Calvin Johnson and the Calvin Johnson rule, or obviously I was burned on that. So I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the catch, no catch type deal. But yeah, I think this kind of reminds me of the Chiefs Rams of last week, where both teams might just get in, get out. I don't think either of them want to be here. Denver has Kansas City on deck. Baltimore has Pittsburgh on deck. Games that they're probably much more interested in.
Yeah.
Good point.
So yeah, I think my favorite way to look at this is adding Baltimore in that teaser with the Giants, getting them down to under a field goal -2.5. Is probably how I will end up playing it. If I had to just play a straight side, I would take Baltimore -8.5. I think they win by double digits, but I could see this game finally going over for the Broncos. I just think the Ravens could put up 24 to 30 points, and it wouldn't leave the Broncos with much to do offensively.
Yeah, you never know with them, man.
Yeah, even 10 points is a struggle for them. So
yeah. Maybe like a late Broncos garbage time drive gets the over here. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they've got to hit an over, I would think.
At some point.
Sometime. Yeah.
I mean, because the totals for them just keep getting lower. It's incredible.
Yeah. Baltimore hasn't been putting up points like crazy, but they're pretty good offense.
I mean, Lamar Jackson over under 38, you'd be like, over all day. But
right.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you won't catch me betting a Denver over anytime soon, but that would be my lean.
Mm-hmm.
I saw from like 3 or 4 different media outlets today. I don't know if you guys saw this story, but did you guys see about only like half the players coming to Russell Wilson's birthday party?
Really?
I think like once you get past 3rd grade, that's not really a topic anymore. So to see all these places posting about it, I thought was kind of telling.
I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just cringy, man. Like,
you
can tell they're just sick of it already. I mean, there's no way that Nathaniel Hackett's there after this year either. I mean,
no.
The fact you need like a guy to help you to choose when to use your timeouts is already that's bad.
He's terrible.
Broncos
country, let's cry.
Baltimore alt line -27.5 after that birthday stat.
I didn't know that either.
I mean, they're gonna just murder them. They probably get the over and the cover all by themselves.
They're gonna eat his cake.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna take the Ravens, but I'm gonna take the under too because I've been just slamming that Broncos under, and it's been working out for me this year.
Yep, all day. What Broncos game went over? Do we know which one went over? I don't know.
I have no clue.
Keep going, Ben. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Raiders.
You might be right. Yeah, Ben. Keep going. You're good.
Okay. The Jaguars head out to Detroit to play the Lions. Lions are 1-point underdogs at home. Over under set at 51.5. So we're gonna go to Mr. Lion first, Ethan. Are we riding with the Lions?
For the second time this year, we are riding with the Lions. I don't take that lightly. I don't do it often. But yeah, I think this is a good spot for Detroit. They're in the middle of 3 straight home games, so they've just been sitting at home for the last 10 days or so. They won't have to travel this week. So, I think that's a good spot for them. They also have the rest after the Thanksgiving Day game. The most rest you're going to get other than your bye playing the earliest game on Thanksgiving all season long. So, I think Detroit has the rest. Jacksonville is coming off an emotional win over the Ravens that we just touched on with that 2-point conversion at the end of the game to win that. They're probably coming in a little fat and sassy, all pumped up that they just upset Baltimore. We just have to go into Detroit and beat the Lions. No, I don't think so. I think the Lions, I think they shock them. And, I think Jacksonville also has Tennessee on deck, so they do have a little look-ahead spot there to compete in the AFC South that isn't very good, also to maybe try to knock the Titans out. Give me Detroit on the money line here. I also like the over in this game of 51.5. Detroit's defense is just abysmal. Offensively, they are quite capable, especially at home, though. And both teams rush for over 100 yards per game. Both teams allow 100-plus rushing yards per game. Detroit allows the most passing yards in the NFL as well as total yards in the NFL. So I don't see where the stops are going to be coming. I look for like 37-34 type of Lions win in this game.
Yeah. Also, the Broncos Raiders is the only over of the Broncos season, by the way. So
Okay.
that's cool. Yeah, I'm the same way here. Seeing a Jaguars Lions total this high is just weird. Both these teams have been so bad for so long, but both offenses are kind of clicking a little bit. So I like the over a lot here as well. 51.5. Trevor Lawrence had his best game of his career last week. That was a big boy drive against the Ravens. Just big throw after big throw. That's what you want to see as a Jags fan. Lions at home, honestly, their offense seems like a guaranteed like 25, 27 points every week at home, to be honest. Their offense, they can hang with anybody, that offense. I mean, as you said, the rushing, both teams, what they're good at, the other defense is not good at either. So,
Right.
over 51.5, I like that a lot. I see like a 30 to 27 game. So, yeah, over.
I take the over too. And looking at the Lions, I don't know if it's because they're on Hard Knocks or if it's because I have Swift and St. Brown on my fantasy teams, but I just love the Lions this year.
They're fun. They're a fun team.
They really are.
They're fun.
Maybe it's because every time we do this show, I'm puking it down your guys' throat.
I mean, all I see is on your camera just Lions in the background. Makes me want to barf.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good color scheme.
It's not bad. It's fine.
It's a good color scheme.
I like it. So we're going Lions money line there. The Packers head out to Chicago to play the Bears. Bears are 4.5 point underdogs at home. Over under set at 43.5. Zach, you want to take this one?
Yeah, so it seems like Rodgers is playing. I think we can. I'll be like 75% sure he's playing. Matt LaFleur said today he seems like he's playing, so that's big for them. The question's the other quarterback here. If Fields plays, hammer this 43.5. I mean, slam it. It'd probably go up to 48 to be honest. So I think taking it right now and risking him playing is that 43.5 is so low for this. We just saw the Bears defense let up 31 points to Mike White. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is obviously miles better than Mike White. And we just saw the Packers defense let 157 yards to Hurts and 300 total to the Eagles rushing attack. And both teams like to run the ball here. I think Fields can go for 150 himself if he does play in this game. 43.5 is criminally low in this game. Both teams could score over 30 easy. And if Fields does not play, I like the Packers in the spot a lot as well.
Yeah, I'll bump your 75% up to 90. I don't see Aaron Rodgers sitting this game at all. I saw he said he got some positive scans on his thumb, I believe is what they were looking at.
And ribs too.
Ribs. Oh yeah. That was the ribs. Yeah, I think he plays. But like you said, Justin Fields is the real question here. I also love that over, especially if Fields plays. I still like it, even if he doesn't. I know, you can go and say if A plus B equals C, then A plus C should equal B type deal. I know it doesn't work like that, but Green Bay just put up 33. They just allowed 40. Chicago just allowed 31. And this total is just so low for teams who defensively are just giving up boatloads of points. And Green Bay looked like a competent offense finally last week.
Starting to get healthier and starting to run the ball, which is Aaron Jones is really good. So just give him the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think finally, Christian Watson looks like a stud finally. Yeah. Randall Cobb is back. Lazard sucked last week, but he has good weeks too. So without Fields, I think Green Bay minus 4.5 is a gift. Rodgers owns them, as he said. 43.5, I like it. Regardless, love it. Fields plays. Also, Green Bay allowed Jalen Hurts to run for 100 yards in the first quarter last week. Fields is just
feels like the same player. He's just run around. Player.
Yeah. So if Fields plays, hammer his rushing prop over.
Yep, agreed.
Especially if he's a little bit gimpy, it's probably gonna be a little bit lower than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're all going with the over. And like you said, Ethan, there's 3 words that Aaron Rodgers says for Chicago. I own you.
I own you. I mean, he does. It's actually hilarious.
Yeah. So we're all rolling with the Packers. Steelers head out to Atlanta to face the Falcons. Falcons are 1-point favorites. Over under set at 42. Zach, do you have a good feeling about this one?
Nah, not really. I'd probably lean the Steelers here as a side. I don't know. I mean, just both. I don't know. Pickett's been looking pretty good. I like the over 42, probably my favorite of anything in this game. Falcons are a run-heavy team. Steelers allow a lot of rushing yards per game. Pickett's been looking good with Deontay Johnson and Pickens, and Atlanta's bad against the pass. So naturally, I like both teams to score probably over 20 here. I'm reached that over 42.
Yeah, I kind of leaned Atlanta a little bit earlier, just because I think the spot favors them a little bit better. They're heading into their bye, and Pittsburgh's off a short week with that Monday night game, and they have the Ravens on deck. But I think I'm actually going back. I think I like Pittsburgh. I like their defense with TJ Watt. I think they can get to Marcus Mariota. Pickens has looked like a stud the last couple weeks. Najee Harris is picking it up. Pickett looked good. Deontay Johnson he still gets a lot of targets and catches each week. So, yeah, I won't be playing this game. I would lean the over. I would lean Pittsburgh. And I think there's probably going to be decent value on Deontay Johnson anytime touchdowns. He has not sniffed the end zone a single time this year.
At some point.
Yeah, he gets so many targets, so many catches that one of them's got to get in the end zone. Yeah, I think he dropped, one or two on Monday night? Yeah. So, if you can get that at 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1, I think it's worth maybe a little sprinkle there, half unit.
We think Terrell's going to be on Pickens.
Yeah, especially since Terrell's a little bit bigger. Pickens is like a physical presence. Deontay should have, the worst or whatever, the less good corner on him. So,
yeah, I agree. I really like the Steelers in this game. I lean the over, but the Steelers, like last week, they're just kind of screaming at me.
Mike Tomlin being a dog is just very enticing every time.
Yeah. And Atlanta instills just no fear in me at all.
No, I don't like betting on the Falcons. That year with the whole Super Bowl, just they choke everything. So
yeah. Well, they managed to choke the Super Bowl, so they caught up eventually.
No.
Let's see, the Dolphins. Zach, your Fins go to San Francisco to face the 49ers. The 49ers are 4-point favorites with the over-under set at 46.5. I'll let you take this one. I'm hoping that it's another big game for Tyreek and Waddle for fantasy purposes.
Tua's going to throw the ball, get him on here, especially with the Niners being such a good rush defense. I think Mostert's going to play this week, so that will help the Dolphins offense a little bit. But the left tackle, Teron Armstead, went out last game in the first half. They're up 30-0. He's a warrior. He gets hurt all the time, but it seemed pretty bad. And then Tua got sacked 4 of 9 plays, so they just pulled Tua. Didn't want him to get hurt because they were playing a college football team in the Texans. But Armstead says he plans on playing Sunday, which is massive for them because they have Bosa, obviously, and just a bunch of other guys in the D-line that's really good. So I lean Dolphins 3.5 here, but my favorite play is the over 46.5. Obviously, Mike McDaniel came from the Niners, so he knows the defense a good amount. And the Dolphins defense specifically, top 5 at home, 15.3 points allowed. On the road, 32.8 points allowed, the worst in the league. It's just they can't, and with McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, there's too many weapons to cover. And the Dolphins will get their points. Obviously, they have a bunch of studs on that team. 46.5 is criminally low again here, just like the Bears game. I don't understand it. I see both teams scoring 25 plus easy here. So give me the over.
Yeah, I lean San Fran in this game -4, mostly because of that defense. Number 1 in yards per game, rush yards per game, points allowed per game, 11th in pass yards per game. I think they could just, cause problems for that Miami offense. I think they could shut down the run with Jeff Wilson and Mostert if Mostert's back. And that's going to lead to a lot of Tua passing with speedsters, Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Preferably for my fantasy team. Hopefully it's more Waddle than Hill this week. But, I like the over as well. I would just ask you guys, are you going to take an under with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk on the field?
Unbelievable.
Not a chance.
Yeah. Tough to not look at the over here. I think, I bet this is probably the best game of the weekend. I think this was just an absolute shootout, just offensive explosion from both teams. I think it's back and forth all day. And I think ultimately San Fran gets this one by a touchdown. I think their defense will come up with a key stop, maybe a pick by that 28, 29, whatever that guy is.
He hasn't thrown one in a while. Put some respect onto his name for me, please.
Hey, we'll see. I think he might try to force one. Who's that Hawaiian or Samoan guy? Tuafu or whatever?
Yeah.
Safety. All right. Bold prediction. Look for him to get a game-sealing pick.
Wow. I'll remember that in my head. I'll remember that.
Okay.
If you look at these offenses, it looks like a Pro Bowl roster.
It's so fun. This game's going to be so fun.
Yeah. And this is just two teams. So, Ethan, I'm with you. I lean the 49ers and big time the over in this game. I don't see how the under hits.
If you're betting the under in this game, you're no fun. I'm sorry. It's just there's studs. Every layer of the field has studs on it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Even if it hits and that was a smart play, you're just
you're no fun. You're no fun. I don't want to have a beer with you.
I don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah. This over is so fun.
I've said this a couple times, but I just want to reiterate. I wrote an article on it. San Fran is built like a team that can make a deep run in the playoffs, Super Bowl. Look for them to go deep into January, February.
For sure.
The Seahawks are traveling to Los Angeles to face the defending Super Bowl champion Rams. The Rams are 7.5-point underdogs, a full touchdown and a half. The over-under is set at 41. Man, that's a big underdog home for a Super Bowl defending team. Zach,
the biggest, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm sending it to you, man. I see you shaking your head. What do you think?
I mean, I have no idea. This game is the game where all the 3:00 games, in my opinion, are very exciting and very entertaining. Besides this one, so I won't have this game on. Donald got hurt too. He's not playing officially. I don't think Stafford's going to play. I mean, the Seahawks win this game by how much? I don't know. I don't know if LA is going to even sell this. Probably even have 50% of the fans in the stadium, to be honest. They don't really care anymore. I lean Seahawks, I guess, but I'm not touching anything in this game at all. This is a barf in my mouth game.
Yep, I'm the exact same way. Puke in my mouth and swallow it. Wouldn't be watching this game if it was being played in my own backyard. It's just horrible. Just horrible. I don't know who's going to go. I think LA's just packed it in. I mean, no Stafford, no Kupp, no Donald.
They have nothing
no hope.
No hope. I mean, the team's blowing up in front of our faces. I mean, here's a question for you. What would you guys guess this line would have opened preseason?
Rams had to be like 8+. Probably -8. It'd probably be it's probably flip-flop to what it is right now. They might be even more.
I was gonna say like -9, -10.
Yeah.
10.5 LA.
Yeah, that's crazy.
LA favored there. So we're getting a full 18-point swing, but obviously for good reason. I would lean Seattle in teasers, get them down to -1.5, just have them win the football game. I don't think they lose to LA, but under 41, I guess. I don't see where the points come from LA. I think, who knows? Maybe every LA is going to be like last week against the Chiefs. Just get in, get out. No more bodies injured. Let's just end this.
Don't bet a Rams game the rest of the year. To be honest, there's nothing to do about it. To be honest, I mean, it's bad. This
is the better in green stay away game.
Yeah,
don't touch it.
Don't even watch it. Just look up the score later. And Seahawks won. Cool. They won 20-3. Nice.
Yeah. That's a good point, Zach.
Yeah, just who cares?
The Chiefs travel to Cincinnati to face the Bengals, an AFC Championship rematch. The spread is Bengals are 1.5-point underdogs at home with a 53-point total. Do you guys know how I woke up on Tuesday morning?
Out of your bed, rolling over. I don't know.
Sweating. My heart was pounding because I was having nightmares of what Jamar Chase did to our defense last year.
Brutal. Yeah, you torched you.
Horrifying, man.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, the Chiefs, they look good. That defense looks a lot better. And we have Patrick Mahomes. I think that's all I need to take this line. I'm taking the Chiefs, and the over/under at 53. That seems a little low too, doesn't it? Zach, I'll go to you, man.
I agree. I love the Chiefs this week. I mean, this is the definition of a revenge game. They want Mahomes, Kelsey, Reed. They want to win this game more than any game the rest of the season. The rest of the season, their schedule is pretty cake. I'm not gonna lie.
It's super cake.
This game is the one. This is everything to them for the rest of the season. They want to come in and kick their ass and make a statement. I mean, the Chiefs literally didn't care about the game last week. They were looking at this one, and they still won. Chiefs road offense averages 35 a game on the road. That's incredible. Bengals average 31, so naturally over here as well. I think Kelsey has a monster game, just coming in there pissed off.
Yeah,
I love the Chiefs ML here. Just take the money line. Don't want any fluky backdoor cover to happen or nothing with the Bengals doing something. So love the Chiefs here.
Yeah, boys, talk about a squad ride because I am all over
Love
the
it.
Chiefs this week.
Love it.
Same money line. I don't want to. NFL games don't land on one until they do. So yeah, just give me the money line. We'll play it safe. Like Zach said, I mean, just huge revenge spot after Cincinnati ended the Chiefs season last year. Not only that, in the AFC Championship game, they cost
in
them.
Arrowhead too, man.
Yeah.
In Arrowhead, it was a huge game.
Yeah. Big comeback.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs were likely heading for another Super Bowl title there until since he ended that season for them. So, yeah, just huge revenge spot. They've had this game circled on the calendar since it came out. I've had this game circled on my calendar since it came out. Just been waiting for this day to just hammer the Chiefs home. Absolutely love them. Also, the Bengals are in a tough spot. They had that hard-fought AFC matchup with the Titans last week. Next week, they have revenge against the Browns, their divisional rival, who just spanked them across the field on Monday Night Football on Halloween. So just bad spot for the Bengals. Also, the Bengals have just a gauntlet of a schedule left. It's Cleveland, Tampa Bay, New England, Buffalo, and Baltimore. So they're, it's
and
tough.
The Chiefs do not have a gauntlet at all. It's the opposite of a gauntlet.
It's sponsored by Little Debbie.
Yeah. Literally, this game is everything to them the rest of the season. This is all they care about the rest of the year. They already won the division. So
right.
Means everything.
So I think Cincy, they have to be careful. They have to pick and choose their battles. They might let this one go and focus more for Cleveland and the rest of that schedule. Absolutely love Cincinnati. Also love the over 53 as well. We have both offenses are top 6 in yards per game, top 4 in pass yards per game, and top 5 in points scored per game. I don't see that stopping here. The Bengals also have the 27th worst ranked rushing offense, and that's really the way you can stop the Chiefs and beat the Chiefs. So I don't think they're going to be able to run the football. I think it's going to be a passing attack from both sides. Again, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Travis Kelsey. You're not taking an under with all these guys on the field here.
You're saying under. No. I don't know what your reasoning is for the under. If anyone's taking an under here, I really
can't see it. I can't.
Yeah. There's no number that backs it up.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So I really like Kansas City. I really like the over. And Ben, you can sleep tight tonight. Even Jamar Chase should be playing this week, but it was a hip injury, and that should take a lot of his explosiveness.
I don't think he'll be 100% either. So
So sleep easy, buddy. You can. I think no more cold sweats.
Thank you. He is also on my fantasy team, so
Cool.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. He's on mine too.
Oh, perfect. Are you doing pretty good this year?
Well, I have 3 leagues. One of them I'm doing pretty well, but I've lost my last 3 in that league. My other 2 are not so great.
You're down horrendous since this podcast started.
Yeah, it's been bad. Yeah, I was 8-1 heading into the podcast and lost 3 in a row.
Oh no!
And then going 1-5 in your big 3 picks. I mean,
it's
horrendous.
It's been a rough couple weeks, guys.
For the squad ride, are we taking the money line?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want anything fluky. Just don't be scared of the juice. Just give me the -125 or whatever it'll be. So.
Okay. Squad ride, Chiefs.
Love it.
Money line.
Do it. 3-0, guys. Let's get it.
Yep.
Oh man, that's a hell of a start.
This might be my most confident one of the 3 too. I'm not gonna lie. I love the Chiefs this week. So
I loved our first one, but I do like the Chiefs.
Oh, Dallas is mine for sure.
Dude,
That was my favorite bet of the year.
that one felt so good too.
Oh, I loved it.
The Chargers head out to Las Vegas to face the Raiders. Raiders are 1.5-point dogs with an over-under set at 50.5. Big AFC West matchup. I think that the Chargers have a lot to play for right now. They're in that really tight AFC wildcard race. So I lean the Chargers in this game. And at 50.5, I have to go with the over. But Ethan, what do you think?
Yeah, I like the Chargers here as well. Kind of touched on it, but they had that emotional win last week. One of the other teams scoring late, going for 2, getting the 1-point win in regulation rather than kicking the extra point and testing overtime. And I think wins like that in the NFL really start winning streaks. Just getting kind of a lucky, gutsy win, kind of brings the team together. And yeah, I could see a streak starting for the Chargers. I've kind of been high on them all year. I'm just waiting for them to get to the form where I know they can be. They're probably in the top 3 most talented rosters in the league, in my opinion. So yeah, against Vegas, I mean, like you said, it's a tough AFC playoff race right now, and they're going to need every win to stay right in there, try to make the wild card. Like you also said, the Chiefs have that division wrapped up, so they're only fighting for a wild card at this spot or at this point. So yeah, definitely lean the Chargers. Again, I would just take the money line rather than lay the 1.5 points here. Also like the over, just too many weapons on both sides. So I don't know if I'll get involved in this game, but definitely lean the Chargers. Also, Vegas is coming off a hard-fought overtime win where they had to put a little bit extra effort into that game to get the dub, and they have a short turnaround. They play Thursday Night Football against the Rams this upcoming week, so tougher spot for Vegas. I like the Chargers in this game.
Yeah, I'm opposite here. I like the Raiders a good amount, actually. I think they found their formula. Just give it to Jacobs and let him do everything possible to score and win. He's a monster. He's on my fantasy team, so thank God for that. Last 2 weeks, Chargers are bottom 5 against the run. Works for the Raiders for me. Two teams always play close games also. 6 of the last 7 have been one possession. Chargers always seem like they're always in close games. They can never just win a game comfortably ever. I like the Raiders a lot here. I think Adams has a really good game as well. And over as well. These 3 o'clock games, their overs are going to be fun. 50.5, I like a lot. I think both teams score over 25, 24. So Raiders in the over for me.
Let's just get the Chargers scoring late, going for the 2-point conversion, winning by a point, and we can all be happy.
Yep. Works for me. I had the Cardinals plus 2.5 against them last week, and I love when they went for 2. So
yeah,
it's perfect for me.
For sure.
Make sure you guys are able to watch these 3 o'clock games because this is one heck of a week for that.
They're great.
The Sunday night game. The Colts travel to Dallas to face the Cowboys. Cowboys are 11-point favorites at home. Over under set at 43.5. That's an odd number for an 11-point favorite. Zach, what do you think?
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, biggest spread of the slate, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Cowboys have a mini bye almost, and Colts have a short week. So I naturally like the Cowboys minus 11 here. I think Parsons has a field day with a guy that literally can't run in Matt Ryan. I mean, it's kind of sad just seeing how old he is back there. He just gets destroyed. And I think their left tackle got hurt last week as well. So I think the Cowboys win here pretty comfortably. I think as Ethan does with those teasers, this is a good spot for him here at home. I'm not probably going to be playing anything just because this primetime games of this spread difference is kind of scary to me. So I lean Cowboys though.
Yeah, this game's tough. Don't have much to add to that. Like you said, Zach, better spot for Dallas. They're rested. Short week for Indy. The one advantage for Indy is they are going into their bye week, but that's not going to be a big enough advantage for me to jump on them here. Dallas is in the middle of a 3-game homestand, similar to Detroit, so they're pretty comfortable where they are right now. No travel in the past couple days or in the near future. So yeah, I would lean Dallas minus the 11. Don't really know what to make with the total there. I'm gonna have to see how the bets go on Sunday and see if I even get involved in this game whatsoever.
Very good point. Good point.
You could potentially look at this game. This kind of just came to me on a whim, but potentially look at a 3-team moneyline parlay, take Dallas, Seattle, and Baltimore. That's probably going to get you plus odds there. So that could be one way to look at it.
Yeah.
I like the Cowboys in this game too. Man, that Cowboys defense is going to feast.
They're going to have a field day.
That Colts offense is already bad enough. Now you have the Cowboys defense at home with extra time.
Mm-hmm. Parsons is going to be riled up on a primetime game too. So, I mean, that's what he needs to do for DPOY. So
yeah,
he needs to have good games on primetime.
Current odds are like minus 1,200. So
are they really?
Don't get hurt.
Just don't get hurt. Literally all it is.
Plus 600 in my pocket.
Yeah.
Literally just don't get hurt. Yeah.
Yep.
That's perfect. And the over-under at 43.5, I'll take the over because I think the Cowboys could score 44-0.
They could probably score 30 themselves, and you think yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
On the flip side, they could just get in, get out, and
it is tough.
Foot off the gas.
Over-under being at that with the minus 11 is tough.
It's a gross game.
It is. I'm not super confident.
It's a bad primetime game, man. It's just gross.
How about Monday night?
In Kansas City, Cincinnati into that.
I mean,
and Miami.
They flexed the Chargers in Miami next week to take away the Chiefs Broncos, which is smart because no one wants to watch the Broncos anymore. So
I'll get spanked.
Yeah, exactly.
Monday night, Saints at Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 4-point. Look at that right now. 4-point favorites. Okay, over under at 40.5. 4-point favorites. Over under 4 fights between Mike Evans and Lattimore.
That's true. I forgot that. I always do. I always forget about that.
I'm going to take the under because once they start scuffling, one of them's getting
tossed. Yeah.
They're on a short leash.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ethan, I'll let you go first on this one, man.
Yeah. No surprise, Tom Brady has struggled in his career against New Orleans. New Orleans has kind of had Tampa's number here. I believe Brady was 0-2 to him last year, 1-1 the year prior. Tampa did get the win earlier in week 2 this season, 20-10. So it is a bit of a revenge spot for New Orleans. So I would lean New Orleans with the points here. I also like the under quite a bit. New Orleans is going into their bye week, so I do like playing on teams heading into their bye. And Tampa has to travel cross country to San Francisco next week. They also just played up in Cleveland, so kind of all over the place. Tough travel spot there for Tampa. And as far as the under goes, Tampa Bay has only put up over 22 points one time this season. I believe it was against the Chiefs.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're not putting up points hardly at all. New Orleans averages just 12.5 points per game over their last 4. So I just don't know where the points are coming from this week. I could see this like a 17-16 type of game. I think I like the under probably a little bit more than New Orleans. Last year, this game, New Orleans at Tampa Bay finished 9-0 New Orleans. So I'm not going to say it's going to be that low scoring again, but I look for a low scoring dogfight, and hopefully Tampa can win this one by a field goal or so, but New Orleans to cover.
Yeah, I have the same read as him. I like the Saints +4, but favorites the under. I can't confidently take a Saints over ever, and the Bucks, to be honest. Both teams just don't really do much for me. Andy Dalton, I really wish he didn't start anymore. I would love Taysom Hill. Just make something fun. This game is watchable to me. I lean under here because the Saints just do well against Brady. I could see the same game as last year in primetime, like 12-3, just something gross. Right. Both defenses are good, so give me the under.
Yeah, that's. I'm not even going to add anything to that. You guys covered it all. Take the under, take the Saints.
Yeah.
All right, the big 3. We're going to go to Ethan first so he can get them out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just let the kid go 0-3. Just let him do it now.
Can only go up from here, boys.
There you go.
I'm liking my plays this week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with a teaser. Okay, anything goes, right? We can throw teasers in here.
Sure.
All right, so it's going to be a -110, 6.2 team teaser. We're going to take the Giants up over that touchdown, get them New York +8.5. And we're going to take Baltimore down under the field goal. Baltimore minus 2.5, 2-team 6-point minus 110 teaser there for my first pick. Secondly, let's go to Tennessee. Let's hop back on the saddle with the Titans. Let's see if they can redeem it for me or if they're going to be dead to me for the rest of the season. So Tennessee, we'll take the points. I think they can win this game straight out, but with a 1-5 record, I'm going to take the points for sure. Tennessee plus 5.5. And for my final one, and again, our squad ride's Kansas City, so we can't take the Chiefs, our big three. Well, otherwise, that would be in there. I'm going to take the Vikings to cover the 3-point spread at home. I think they stay hot. I think Mike White comes back down to earth this week, and I think they win pretty comfortably.
Yeah, so my first one, I'm going to do the Commanders. I'm going to keep – I mean, they've been in my last two. I love them. I love this team. I love Taylor Heineke. I love them. I'm going to take 2.5 until the wheels fall off. I love the spot for them. Giants just haven't been playing well, so Commanders. I like the Raiders. Give me them plus 1.5 just in case. I'll take the extra 1.5. Never know in AFC West games. And then obviously my favorite's the Chiefs, but we can't take it. So give me the Dolphins Niners over. Let me sit back and watch points be scored. Hopefully all 45 by the Dolphins. That'd be sick. Probably won't happen, but give me the Dolphins over is my third one.
This week I'm feeling really good about the Browns -7. Nice. They're probably, besides the Chiefs, one of my favorite bets this week. And I'm riding this Broncos under until the wheels fall off. Nice. Broncos Ravens under. And I feel pretty good about that one too. I mean, Ravens, they score 13 against the Panthers.
Yeah.
They just have not looked great.
No.
And then I kept going back and forth between the Lions and the Steelers, but like with all these positive Lions vibes, I'm gonna take the Lions.
We're all on different games. This is fun. Not one of us has the same read on a game. This is good. We're all different stuff.
Fun.
It's gonna be a good week.
Fun. We're not we're also not fading each other either. We're just on different. Every game's been basically touched. So
yeah,
we're a little head-to-head, Zach, with Washington, New York, but I got that teaser, so that'd be perfect.
Yeah,
a little
same with Ben.
Washington. Touchdown win or whatever. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Ethan, I think it's a good week coming up for you, man.
I mean, he put it.
I feel like
he's desperate as hell to be. You're just desperate. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It'll come.
Squad ride is we're going with the Chiefs money line, and with
Lock
that,
it in. Go to the bank for that. I'm telling you, I love it,
guys. It's undefeated so far.
It is. We are killing it, and honestly, they haven't even been sweats. No crazy backdoor covers. It's been nice and easy. Yep.
Cash out, guys. Zach, I'm throwing it to you, man. We're ready to draft with you.
All right, so this week we're gonna be doing TV shows. You're doing your, let's do 4 picks because there's a lot of TV shows out there. God knows what Ethan watches. I don't even want to know, to be honest. So orders Ethan, Ben, me. So Ethan, take the floor here.
Does Sunday Night Countdown count as a TV show?
For you, it could. Go ahead.
Carrie Underwood? No.
Oh, great!
That's his best pick so far.
Yeah. Probably your best one. Whatever list you have. SpongeBob and...
All right. Well, I'm kind of bummed I finally get the first pick in this one. I don't know if my shows are going to be threatened here. A little bit of a off the wall, I think, from what you guys are going to go with. But my first pick is going to be Survivor. Okay.
Oh.
And this is it kind of goes back to my childhood. I've grown up watching Survivor since I was young, elementary school. I've watched every season, just about every season since. It used to be way better back in the day. It's not nearly as good as it once was, but I still watch it. I don't know if I want to relive my childhood or what's going on there, but
you definitely do.
Yeah, I mean, that's as far as shows go that I don't really miss. Yeah, Survivor has to be my number 1 pick.
Nice.
Did you watch the episode today?
Yeah, I watched the episode today. Does Dolly Parton sleep on her back?
All right. Well, Zach, are you ready for the actual first pick?
Yes, please. That's whatever the hell that was. Go ahead.
My first pick is Game of Thrones.
Nice.
Thank you.
I love that show.
It's a great show. Ethan, have you seen Game of Thrones?
I haven't.
Of course he has. He has no attention span.
Get on HBO, man. You got to start watching.
There's like 45 seasons of Survivor. I don't have time to watch Game of Thrones.
Don't hit us with the time.
Wait, so Ben, who's your favorite character? It might tell me a lot about you in that Game of Thrones.
I'm trying to think of it. Rob Stark.
Nice. Okay.
What about you?
Jon Snow for sure.
I like Jon Snow. I mean, everybody
Snow,
likes Jon Snow.
Yeah, no, that's true. I am pretty basic in that regard, but all right, that's
Should I leave you two alone?
No spoilers. No spoilers for Ethan.
Nope. I ain't saying nothing. So good pick, Ben. I'm not even gonna acknowledge Ethan's pick.
Thank you.
Give me Breaking Bad with mine. Just
great one. One
of the best shows of all time. The ending is great. I'm not gonna spoil it for Ethan. Probably hasn't watched it, right? Figured. The show is phenomenal. I mean, character development. Vince Gilligan's a genius, the writer for the show. Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, just two goats. I have their tequila that they make. Actually, I have it upstairs. It's
really?
Anyone recommends it? Dos Hombres. It's a little smoky if you drink it. It's like almost drinking like a bonfire, but make a mule out of it. It's pretty good. It's sharp. I'll say that. My second one, I'll go the same to universe. Let me go Better Call Saul. I think it's the best prequel of any show. I'm guessing Ethan hasn't watched that either. So, same actors as Breaking Bad. Also, it's phenomenal. It's kind of a prequel and a sequel. There's, if you watch it, you'll find out. If you've seen Breaking Bad and haven't seen Better Call Saul, you need to watch it immediately. Just finished this year. It's great. Vince Gilligan's a beast. I recommend it.
I've seen the first 2 seasons. Do I need to go back and finish it?
It's really good. I'll say it's good. Very good.
My second pick is maybe one of the most cultural picks out there. I'm going to go with SNL.
Nice.
Ooh. Very topical. And I love that you can just go on YouTube and look up clips too.
Great.
Best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I am a YouTube guy.
Perfect. I knew it. I knew it.
Let's see what Ethan pulls out here.
Hey, SNL's great. It's probably never going to die.
No.
You never get the last episode type deal there that breaks your heart. They just keep coming back with great talent all the time. They lose great talent. They just reload. It's like Alabama. It's like the Alabama.
It's ridiculous.
Show.
God, don't compare us, please.
So, yeah.
He's right, though.
No, he is. This is bringing in new.
Oh, no.
Just say it. Just say your pick.
I got 2 in a row, so I might be stealing some of your guys' picks here.
I don't think
Doubt it.
We're going to stick with the Survivor theme. We're going to go Big Brother.
Oh, my God.
Same thing. Grew up watching a little reality TV.
You're disgusting.
Yeah. All summer long, 3 times a week. I just don't miss it. Same thing, though, was way better when I was younger. But I've still kept up with it, still watch it. So, yeah, Big Brother's my second one. And then I have to go Friends. Got the Friends shirt on actually underneath here.
No.
Gotta be Friends.
No.
Yeah, just finished that. I watched it all the way through. Finally, it took me over a year. Just finished it a couple months ago. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, just makes you feel happy. I don't know.
There's just other shows that do that same thing that are just better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just such an easy watch. You could just kind of zone out. I'm a complete degenerate. I'm just making bets on my phone and I'm doing this kind of stuff all the time. I just want to throw something on, catch bits and pieces. So, yeah, give me Friends, all-timer.
Ben, go ahead, please. Just get this kid.
His all-timer was a background show.
Yeah,
something that plays in the background.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point.
That's.
I have no rebuttal.
You and me were talking the other day, Ethan. That's Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, no, that's a great one as well. Family Guy, every show I watch.
There you go.
Watch with quotes because he hasn't watched it. It's just on in the background.
Yeah. Friends, actually, I did. I made sure every episode I didn't have my phone near me. And if I got distracted, I would rewind. I watched every second of Friends. Yeah,
that's the show that you do that for. Is just kind of sad.
Well, here's why. Here's why. Because each episode's like 20 minutes long, so I have the attention span of a rat. So I could actually last 20 minutes before I had to go check my phone and start doing whatever. So
I'm guessing you in school didn't go because of how were you in school if your attention span's this low?
Well, it took me 6 years to get a 4-year degree, if that tells you anything. So, I had fun.
That was a great answer.
That was perfect.
And then you said you had fun. That's good.
That's what we're all here for, is to have fun.
Yeah,
exactly.
My next pick is a show that I used to watch like every week when it aired. I think I've missed like the last 2 seasons though, but I was really into it before it kind of slowed down. But that's The Walking Dead.
Nice.
I love that show. As far as like immersion and just the look of that show, I love that.
Yep, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 2 in a row. My shows are kind of basic. I haven't seen a lot of like the older shows like The Wire and stuff like that are like iconic shows I haven't seen. So give me a break there. I'm not as bad as Ethan. So I'm gonna do something that he said, but it's better. The Office is better than Friends.
It is.
They don't have Steve Carell in Friends. Sorry, they just don't.
They don't have Jennifer Aniston in The Office.
They have Jenna Fisher's. And then John Krasinski, they just got. I mean, it's just Dwight Schrute. I think Rainn Wilson's his real name. It's just great, phenomenal show. Just something that makes me laugh. I could watch the same scene 10 times in a day, and I laugh at different things in it every time. So give me Office, and then there's some good ones out here. Give me Stranger Things. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little recency bias on it, but I really liked season 4. Really good.
I like it too.
It was really, really good. Season 3 kind of took a step back for me, but season 4 was really good. Everything about it. I think last season's coming out 2 years or so. So Stranger Things, my 4th.
I actually have seen some Office episodes, so I'm not completely striking out with your guys' shows here.
Oh, I mean, I don't think anyone on the planet hasn't seen an Office episode. So,
yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah.
He's probably sitting in the doctor's office and just the TV was playing.
Yeah, it's just I know guys, I've seen it.
He's always Finding Nemo where I went.
Are you sure it wasn't SpongeBob though? That could break your list.
That's a great
SpongeBob's
show.
great. If he said SpongeBob, I respect him more than anything that he said so far.
Yeah.
Honest to God.
My last pick is actually going to be one that maybe not a lot of people have seen, but that's The League. And if you're like a fantasy football guy, man, you have to watch it. It's hilarious. It's got like Nick Kroll, a whole bunch of just like really funny guys in it. We actually
Marshawn in that?
Yeah, Marshawn's in an episode. Yeah.
How many seasons are there in it?
I think there's 7. There's like JJ Watt, I think Chad Ochocinco. So there's a couple player cameos in there.
Damn, I definitely need to watch that.
Yeah. Oh, if you're a sports fan, especially a fantasy fan, you have to watch it.
Right.
We took my wife out to a like stand-up comedy show, and the commissioner in there, Steve Ranzini, he was the headliner. And so I wanted to make sure that we got tickets because, I mean, I really wanted to see him, but I knew she wanted to go out. So I wanted to make sure that we got sat. Yeah. So I bought the special tickets that you get in. You're not like stuck in the back or whatever. That was a mistake because we got sat in the very front row in the very middle.
No way.
And the next like hour and a half, I just got my ass roasted.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
But it's funny that you bring that up because what was that guy's name?
Steve Ranzini.
Yeah, so I was watching. Do you guys know that show Hot Ones? It's by, like, First We Feast with Sean Evans. I was watching an episode of that last night, and I think that was the guy who was on there.
Dude, he's so funny.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, I haven't seen I think I watched the first couple episodes of the show, but didn't get hooked. That was years and years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of ironic that I was watching that.
It's worth going back.
I actually might start it tomorrow. I think you might have me hooked on it. I might start it.
Let's go. I actually have a signed thing back there right behind me by him.
Oh, really?
Show, yeah.
That's cool.
Well, Survivor's on Hulu if that gets
I know
Thanks,
it
man.
is. It's been around for like 50 years.
All right, so it's down to me, right, for the final pick here?
You probably have everything in your list available to you.
I do. I have everything. I'll give you the 4 shows I've written down that I'm not going to choose, but they might be a little more up your guys' alley. Family Guy, it's just a classic all-timer. Yep. Blue Mountain State, fantastic. Yep. Bates Motel, I don't know if you guys have heard or seen that one.
Yeah, that's good.
But that's really well done. Freddie Highmore, I believe that might have been Freddie Highmore's first piece of work there. Yeah, fantastic show. And then Scooby-Doo. I mean, who just doesn't love a great cartoon from the 1960s? So love me some Scooby-Doo. But guys, I'm going to give a little, you guys won't know this show. I can almost guarantee it. It's like a mini series from 2009, but it's fantastic. I have to promote it. It's called Harper's Island. It's just like it might be like a 13 episode mini series, like thriller, horror, mystery type deal. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you can stream this anywhere. I have it on DVD, 2 sets actually. I loaned it out to people. Everyone I've given it to watch, was just like probably 12 people, have absolutely loved it. No one yet has figured out who the suspect is. So I mean, it's just
hold on. You watch the show and it never tells you who it is?
No, it does, but they do such a good job of hiding it.
No one has guessed it
before it's revealed.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, what the hell am I watching? Okay,
yeah. No, so it's just a really well done miniseries. So yeah, I mean, I just want to get that out there, promote it a little bit. If you haven't seen it, if you can find a way to watch it, it's just.
I mean, I guess you ship it to my house at this point. I can't watch it anywhere else.
Yeah,
so I mean,
a bootleg stand in Tijuana.
They might have it. Yeah, so if you guys can find a way to watch it, it is quick. It is pretty good. I think you could hop back on here and give me some props for that one, but that's gonna be rounded out here.
When he said that, I've never heard anything so quiet in my life before.
I mean, the fact you said you can't stream it anywhere is kind of telling to me. You can't
it's like an 09, like
09. Breaking Bad was 08. Like,
could have been longer than 09. I don't really know.
Okay, that was a funny draft. Thanks for the comedy, Ethan. That was good.
You're welcome. Survivor out now.
Thanks.
Give Dark a try if you guys like those kind of like mind twisting ones. It's a German show, so you're gonna either have to watch it with like the English dub or with subtitles. But man, I really like that one. It's kind of slept on. It's on Netflix.
Thank you. I can actually watch it then. Appreciate it.
Yeah, 3 seasons, so it's not super long either.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I need to get into Yellowstone. That's the next one on my list.
I've heard that's
nothing but great things about it.
The thing is Breaking Bad should be the first thing. In my opinion, that's the first show anybody should like watch. Like
it is good.
Girl I'm talking to right now hasn't seen it. I'm like, okay, we're watching it. And then, like I don't know. It's just such a classic.
I'll throw it on the long list, but I really need to be like into a show to start it and just even give it a chance. Like I said, I have just a really poor attention span when it comes to things like that. And I hate starting a good show and then being on my phone most of the time or, doing other things and then not really knowing what's going on and can't stand it. So that's why I'm a sports guy.
I guess.
Yeah. All right. You guys want to talk some college football?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Zach, USC is facing Utah. Utah's looked pretty good, but USC right now is holding on to that 4th playoff spot. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so these two teams matched up earlier in the year. Utah won it, but just everything was in their night game at Utah. Emotional game. I forgot what they were honoring that night, but it was just an emotional game for them. Won on a 2-point conversion at the end, barely won. Hard to beat a team twice. It really is. Even in NFL, like if a team's playing a team in playoffs for a second time on the season, I usually favor the team that hasn't beaten them. I like it here as well. I'm not betting against Caleb Williams anymore. The dude's incredible. Best player in college football. So give me USC. I like him a lot. And it's on Friday before the game's on Saturday, by the way. So something to watch.
Good point.
Yeah, good point there. Don't go looking for this game Saturday. It will have already happened.
I think it's 7 Central on Fox Friday. So.
Yep. Yeah, if you miss it, you probably are going to miss a great game because I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
I too like USC. Like Zach said, it's really tough to beat a good team twice. And USC, I mean, they just have a ton to play for. Obviously, they need to win to secure their place in the playoff. Utah also kind of has a lot to play for. They're going to want to not have kind of the if we can't be in, you guys can't be in type deal with the Pac-12 there. So they're going to want to spoil USC's season by beating them twice. So that does lead me to the over of 68. I just don't see where stops are coming in this game. USC defense just isn't great. And I don't think they will struggle scoring a lot of points either. Like I said, USC has a lot to play for. They're probably going to want to roll up the score, even if they do get a hefty lead going, which I don't think they will. And yeah, Utah is going to be wanting to put up points and keep with them as well. So give me USC in the revenge spot over 68 in this game. I like both quite a bit.
Yep, I agree.
All right, round to USC.
Yep.
Now you guys have to correct me if I pronounce this wrong, but this team's not normally in like the conversation. Is it pronounced Kansas State University?
Correct. Big 12 team. Correct.
Okay. Facing off against TCU. Ethan, dude, TCU's look pretty good. I think they have, the third seed right now?
Yeah, they're the third team.
They're third, yeah. Not after this week, in my opinion. I like K-State. Again, tough to beat a good team twice. Kansas State is pretty good this year with Adrian Martinez at quarterback and Deuce Vaughn at running back. Yeah, he's awesome. They all have that receiver too. Can't think of his name.
Yeah,
18 maybe. Yeah, he's a stud. Right, no, is that TCU's guy?
Yeah, Quintez Johnson on TCU.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, Kansas State. They should have beaten TCU in their first meeting this year. I think they're up 28-10 going into halftime. They lost Martinez to an injury in that game. They then lost their second-string quarterback, and it was the third-string quarterback the rest of the way. And they actually built up a lead with that third-stringer in, but just completely floundered in the second half. I think ended up losing by 10, didn't cover the spread. They were like 8-point underdogs. Tough game. I was on K-State in that first game. That one really hurt. But I think K-State gets their revenge this week. I think TCU's magical season finally does come to an end. I think they actually end up getting bumped out of the playoff. I think Ohio State backdoors their way in. So I don't even need the points with K-State. I'm going to money line them here. I think they win outright. And I would lean under 61.5. I think it's competitive, just hard-fought game. Like I said, that K-State defense only allowed TCU to score 10 points in the first half of that first meeting before they kind of just went nuclear. And, they were down by 18, so they had to change up their game script, and it allowed them to score more points. But I think this game stays under that total of 61.5, but really like K-State.
Yeah, I'm the same here. I like K-State too. And honestly, I feel bad for TCU because if they lose, they probably will get bumped out, and that sucks because they're getting penalized for playing an extra game than that Buckeye team that just got mollywopped, like I said they would. Which is why a 12-team playoff is just the best thing. TCU shouldn't even have to really worry. They're undefeated the whole season, and I don't know. The committee wants Ohio State in, unfortunately, just because it's Ohio State. So,
for sure.
But I like Kansas State as well. I think Will Howard's actually going to be the one playing in this game because they've been playing him recently, and he's been really good at the quarterback for Kansas State. Him and Vaughn, I think, have a good day. It's tough to be a team twice. It's kind of the same thing as the USC game. Kansas State, they should have won the first game, and honestly, TCU just did TCU things, so it's hard to bet against them. But I'll take Kansas State here. And even though I kind of want TCU to win just so that Buckeye team doesn't get in. But,
well, I'm the opposite of Zach there. I do think TCU is actually going to win this game, but a TCU and USC loss to get my Buckeyes in would just be just chef's kiss.
Of course, you have to root for that after you got mollywopped Saturday. It's fine.
That game, I went upstairs to do my wife's Thanksgiving at halftime, and I was feeling so good. And I'm like,
dude,
I'm not even gonna.
I was nervous for Michigan. I had Michigan. I was nervous. And then Michigan came out and just destroyed them. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with the fam. I'm not gonna go back down. They got this. I checked my phone. Mouth just open.
Just dominated them second half. It was crazy.
That live line,
Mahomes. He was just chucking around the yard.
That live line was Ohio State minus 6.5 at halftime. I was like, oh, that is so tempting.
It was because they felt like they were dominating the whole game. It's just one play. Michigan had 2 plays in the first half that scored. Other than that, Ohio State was dominating, and then Michigan just came out and punched him in the mouth without Corum, by the way. They had Corum, that game even worse. So
that's the worst feeling, man, when you're just stuffed with food and Zach's just talking crap in the group chat.
I honestly forgot you were a Ohio State fan at first because I was just so hyped up.
That was heartbreaking. I saw the chats first, and I had like, what happened in that game? I checked the score. Oh no!
Oh, you checked the score and it flipped on its head. That's for sure.
Yeah. All right, last game that we're going to talk about today is LSU at Georgia. Georgia, they've been the big dog all season. I think dogs continue to eat. Zach, what are you with me?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this game doesn't really mean anything to Georgia other than the SEC banner, I guess, the champion. I could see them going out to a big lead and then resting their guys just because it doesn't really matter. They're going to be in it regardless of a win or loss. LSU, they looked awful against Arkansas and then lost to A&M, who's not a good football team at all. I don't really know how this game stays close. It's only the spread's kicking up in Georgia's favor. 17.5, I think it is now, was open at 15.5. So I like Georgia here. I like the under too, just because I think Georgia's going to sit their guys if they're up by a lot. So.
Yeah, I actually lean LSU in this game, but for similar reasons. I don't think either team cares, to be honest with you. I mean, LSU, it'd be cool if they won, but they're not going to go all out to win this game. I think Georgia's going to do enough to, like you said, Zach, get a lead and then just kind of sit on it. Mm-hmm. The under 51 would be my favorite play in this game. I lean LSU just because I don't think Georgia is going to, by any means, run up the score. Even if they do get up by more than 3 scores, I think that backdoor is going to be available for LSU the whole time. So I would lean LSU. Definitely the under as well. Don't know if I'll get involved. There's not too much, no reason for either team to show out in this game.
I agree.
All right. Party remarks from either of you guys?
Let's have another squad ride win, and hopefully me and Ben just keep destroying Ethan in the big threes. So.
Yeah, I'm seeing 9-0 in that big 3 this week.
Our big threes are fun, man. We all have different stuff, different games going on. So should be a good week, man.
Yeah. Go out, search for Harper's Island on all your streaming services. It's got to be out there somewhere.
Leave a comment. Let us know where it is.
Yeah. If you find it, let us know.
Probably on an island somewhere. Just lost.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's probably on Harper's Island.
It says it's on Apple TV Plus. If anyone's got that, I don't know if that's true. No idea. I'm sure you could get it on Amazon Prime. I'm probably not going to, Ethan, but thank you for the recommendation, buddy.
If anyone listening wants to see Harper's Island, just send me your address. I'll send out the DVD, and we'll do it the old school way. The old school Netflix.
Yes.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Better and Green. Once again, I'm Ben, and with me are Ethan and Zach. Better and Green is a Cooper Sports production where you guys listen in and we help you cash out. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Better Green. That's Better, BETTOR Green. Follow us on Spotify, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts from at Better and Green. And subscribe to us on YouTube. We got a goal right now to reach 100 subscribers. And from there, you can see our podcast in video form, as well as clips and highlights from the show. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all in the next episode.
Peace, guys.
Thanks, Ben.
See you later, guys.
Welcome to Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? Listening and cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, eh? Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Zed, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Better and Green.